Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's nice, Iris, it was nice to see you and many others in person this past week. So how is everybody doing today? Good? So I want to share something with you all here first. And, I'm very excited. Well, I'm always excited, so I can't go back and say that. Corey, you guys are all laughing. So look, part of this program has been an ongoing evolution of what it is and what it's become. And my goal ultimately was to find a way to give you all everything you need in your business in one place. So many of you have probably heard about this new program that we launched at our event that we started talking about. And some people had some confusion, like, am I in this program? Am I in the other program? The part that I'm excited to share with all of you is that is that new program called the Playbook. And I want to take just a couple minutes and walk everyone through it today. That is what this is going to become, right? So it's an evolution. So pretty much what you have here is me meeting with you on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Now, what we realized was in real estate, the things that you need in your business change all the time, right? So today you could be here thinking about sales. The next second you want to build a team, then you want to hire somebody, then you might want to figure out how to train your admin. Now you have all these people and you need to talk to David about leadership skills. And then after that, how do you manage your money? And now you need a tax planner, and then you want to build your brand. Just raise your hand if this sounds like what your brain goes through in a week, a month, a year in your business, right? Everybody does that. And I realized the challenge, the same way before you came into Compass, you had to log into, 10 to 14 different systems to run your business. Well, every business, every coaching needs like a centralized operating system that things are built on. Imagine your phone worked on like Microsoft, Android, and Apple, how confusing that would be. So what we did is we came up with this concept called the Playbook. One platform, one company, one playbook. All of those different things that I mentioned to you will all become available to you starting June 15th. So for everyone that's here, you're going to see a lot of emails and stuff go out about this. Your pricing and everything you pay today, as long as you stay, you'll be locked in forever. The playbook will open up to the general public for $1,000. You guys are all grandfathered in for your team members, whatever existing deal you have. Now, the thing that makes this coaching program very different is we're only opening enrollment twice a year. Meaning right now we've seen, based on your feedback, some people are coming in, some people are going out. It's challenging, right? And we like to break out in accountability groups, role play groups, networking groups. It allows us to do a lot more. So I'm going to email all of you the program today. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to do anything. You guys are all, if you're here, you're already part of it, right? You will have to sign to be part of it for the 6 months, which based on how long many of you guys have been here should not be an issue. And literally all of those different programs that I shared with you are all there in one place. So like, imagine going to like an Equinox gym and you have an entire class schedule of things that you can go to. Like one day you might want to do spin or hot yoga or a weight training class. Like it's kind of the same concept because we know your business is fluid and things change. So I just wanted to share that with you guys all quickly. And I'm excited to see how you'll all take advantage of it, because I know even from the feedback you got, you enjoyed the sessions David did on listening, right? Some people enjoy the sessions that I do. Some people will enjoy having their admins trained, right? Or understanding how to hire people. All of these different things factor into your business. And then the other part is they need to be built for Compass, right? If they're not built on the platform that you come here to me, it's like borderline worthless, because you're like, wait, my company is telling me to do this. I came here to do this, but now this coach is telling me to do that. It's a fragmented experience. So no sale, no nothing, but I just wanted to tell you this before you guys got emails and were confused or anything else. So are we all good with that? Hey, yes, if you're excited about this, because I definitely am. Right. So, it's going to be everything in one place. So no more wandering around looking for your next coaching program. We have people for social media, and we're going to continually add experts onto here. And the most amazing thing is some of the people that I'm able to bring into this program based on the relationships I have are people that you'd never see in an intimate setting like this ever. So Now back to our regularly scheduled program. So one of the things that came out of our event was the customer experience scorecard, right? And we'll get you the scorecard this week. And this is something I want to start focusing on, right? When we start thinking about the customer experience scorecard, think about all the changes that are happening in the industry. Raise your hand if you see things changing. Everyone should raise their hand, right? If you look at that ruling for the class action lawsuit that happened in Missouri, if that holds forth, the way that you sell your business to a buyer will change forever. Forever. So the time to start figuring this stuff out is now, right? Write this word down: predictable communications. Predictable communications. Do your clients get predictable communications from you? Have you ever taken the time to score all the areas of your business? What do I do well? What do I do great? And where do I really need to improve? Because many of us are good at what we do, but it's not organized. It's not thought out. It's not planned. It's not purposeful. It's not predictable. Could you imagine going somewhere as a consumer and not understanding what you're buying? If a hotel charges you $1,000 a night, what's the first question you ask them? Anybody? You can unmute yourself. I'm interested in what you have to say. Can you unmute yourself? Anybody?
What am I paying for?
What am I paying for? Who said that?
Donald.
Thank you, sir. What's included? What am I paying for? Right? So here's the question. Now, someone's going to be brave and do this. I don't know who this can be. If I'm a buyer and I'm buying a house from you, what's included and what am I paying you for? So if anyone wants live coaching on how to do this specific to their business, this is a great time to be a volunteer.
I volunteer.
Do you know what's crazy?
I knew you knew it was me. I was waiting for you to say something.
Well, you always say something first. All right, good. So everyone say, introduce yourself and where you're from.
Hi, everyone. My name is Marina Elliott. I am in Miami Beach. Miami from Fort Lauderdale. I've been with Compass for the past 2 years, with Chirag for the past a year and 11 months.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to ask you. If I'm a buyer, what am I paying you for? What do you offer me? Now, I'm going to be hard on you, especially since I know you. So you're like the perfect person. So.
Well, I offer specialized knowledge that it's very difficult for you to find just through Zillow. In addition to that,
Pause.
I do have access.
Pause. Okay, ready? I offer a specialized knowledge that you can't offer through Zillow. Is that quantifiable to the other person?
Well, I was about to quantify it.
Okay.
Including but not limited to access to properties off market, if that's something that you'd be interested in.
So you have access to off market properties?
Yes, sir, I do.
What else?
I am able to analyze the market before we put an offer, before we even go out, to determine if this is a good area that you'd be interested. So we can properly analyze and craft a plan of action that would be most efficient to all involved.
So ready, I'm going to flip this around. She would say, I offer a financial analysis based on your goals, where we review the past performance of a neighborhood, the current performance, and kind of what we see our trends are in the future to make sure that they align with your goals, not only today, 5 years from now, even 10 years from now, so you end up with the right property, right? That sounds very different, right? So if you think about this, think about if you're looking at a credit card online. I think American Express does a good job of this, right? Look at their Amex Platinum, Gold, Blue. They write out what all the stuff is, right? So we'll give you this part of our workbook from our event that has this whole customer experience scorecard, but keep going, right? Because you do a lot more than that.
Oh, Um, I babysit your kid whenever we're going to do shows, which I do that. Um, I don't know what else, Shrug. I
So,
don't know.
here's the point that I wanted to make to everybody. It is hard to explain this to people, right? Let me pull this up here. Hold on. Brooke, can you put can you private message me the workbook chat, the link to the workbook in the chat? So if you start thinking about this, right, we need to be able to quantify what we do. One of the things that we shared at the event is we made a partnership with Luxury Presence. So one of these things is we're looking at how to build this stuff into their websites for you so that it's like I'm there explaining it for you, because it is very challenging. Yes, we should always ask what's most important to a buyer first, Julie. This is true. But think about it like this. Understanding what you offer is your full menu. Think of yourself like a chef, right? This is all the things in your kitchen. Now, when you understand what somebody wants, then you could tell them what you can do on the menu that's most appealing to them. If not, it's like going to one of those diners that has 20 different pages on the menu and you can never figure out what you want to do. Like any place that has a menu like that, I don't even want to go to. It's just confusing. It's overwhelming. It's like, what do you do? Does this make sense to everybody? Now, okay, here we go. Bear with me. Okay. Everyone see my screen? So if you, oh, Jesus. All right, so if you look at this now, this is your buyer experience, your consultation, right? This is what you do post-meeting. This is what you do touring properties, right? You set up appointments, you confirm them, you send an email with the tour information, show sheets, organizing the feedback, property tour recaps, right? Writing offers. These are all the things that go into a buyer consultation, right? Inspection and appraisal, closing time after closed. Now, does that make it a lot more visual and make sense of what you do? Now, within all of these things, and we're going to send this to you, I want you to actually to score yourself. How are you doing these things? Where do you need to make email templates? Where can you automate this, right? We all need to move to predictable client experiences. Does that make sense to all of you? Listen, I don't think this is anything really complicated, right? Figuring this out is like untying a lot of knots. Show results for bidding wars, right? That's another one. So who here is actually ready to retool their business? Right? So I want everyone, I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes right now, right? And I want you to take the next 5 minutes and write down. Brooke is going to share her screen and Brooke, put page 32 up. Actually, it's page 40 in the workbook. So put page 40 in the workbook up and have them be able to look at this while they go through this for 5 minutes, right? And I want you to start looking at this, scoring yourself and figuring out, where do I need to improve? How am I going to quantify this? How am I going to even explain this to a client, right? And then I want to come back for the last 8-10 minutes, whatever we have left, and answer your questions on how do you explain this to somebody. Because eventually I believe this should be in everyone's websites, everyone's marketing. It should be videos you make that talk people through this. You know, Nishant makes great videos. I enjoy watching his videos. They have good B-roll and they're actually very educational, direct and to the point. So if you haven't seen his videos, Julie's videos are good, right? Like these people came out of nowhere with these videos. I actually find Julie's very just like engaging. And if you know anything about her, she's the last person on planet Earth, if you went back 6 months ago, that you would ever thought make a video. But we need to be able to justify what people are paying for. You're selling $1 million house, you're making $25,000. Anyone that says that crap of, well, my brokerage gets money, the accountant gets some money, they don't care. There's still a check going out for someone doing that job for $25,000. So everyone take a couple minutes, the next 5 minutes and go sit here and start thinking about this, start scoring yourself, seeing where you're stuck, thinking through where you quantify and how you quantify all of this. All right, all right, all right. ET, come home. All right, Brooke, you can stop your screen share. All right, so what did that bring up for all of you, right? What conclusions did you have? Where you challenged? Drop your thoughts in the chat. Because it's time for all of us now to do the work, right? There's a saying, nothing changes if nothing changes. And my belief for all of us is we rather choose to change this for ourselves before the world chooses them for us. It's changing. It's inevitable. And everything that got us into a position that we literally buy our leads back from like the third parties like Zillow, it's because we did not change fast enough. They're literally saying that buyer's agency is something that should be negotiated because it's a service. What's the best way? Okay. Let's unmute you. Good morning, Julie.
Good morning.
Happy belated Mother's Day to all the
Thank
moms here.
you.
And so in terms of what you do, right? It's breaking this out in a way like look at our checklist and start putting it together, right? And you can send this to somebody in advance, work with your marketing advisor and say, this is the process that I work in, and I would like to just detail out all the steps for you in advance. So when we get together, we can actually walk you through the exact experience you're going to have so that we can go through all the details and see if it makes sense for you, right? Like, because think about it, everywhere else you go, this is exactly how they break it out. They write all this stuff. If you want to talk to somebody, they'll walk you through it, right? And when you're doing this with somebody, it's asking them the questions, not lecturing them for 45 minutes going through a checklist. Like if you go to a listing pitch, you open up that book and you just start reading the pages to people you just completely missed. Is that helpful?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get it, take up too much time, but I had a consultation with a new buyer that was a referral on Saturday, and I did ask them a lot of questions, and I asked them, what's important to you, and what kind of questions can I answer that you have about me. I just felt like, I wasn't sure if I articulated what I do in the best way possible because we do so many things, and I think I did, but I was left the call a little uncertain.
That's okay. Part of that is your personality. The other part is wanting to grow, right? So look, there's a great comment in the chat from Jessica. She's like, I ask people what confuses them the most about the process, right? And then I go from there. That's a great question, right? So you could ask somebody like what, you can go through the med C, their motivations, experts, and then they can tell you all the things they want, what their expectations are, where things went bad, their concerns. And you say, hey, before we get into like technical and any of this, what confuses you most about the process and then I would add this part, what confuses you the most about the process that you want to ensure we discuss and get you clarity on today, right? Discuss and get clarity on today. Right? Like that is a great way to start a conversation and make it all about that. So there's a lot of different ways you could do this, right? But it's finding a repeatable way to do this for you. We all do this like haphazardly in some way, and we're already really successful. So the good news is don't feel bad. The only place for you to go is up here. It only gets better. And the reality is this is a combination of sales, operation, and strategy. So most people we know are not going to do this because this actually requires time and work. So that's, if anyone doesn't have any questions, that's what we need to start focusing on. We'll get you those couple pages of that PDF in the scorecard. Brooke, we could break that up today. And when we put the recording up in the portal, we'll put that in there. But tomorrow, be ready to come here and continue to work on this. Is it helpful if we do all this work together here in the same way?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, but it was feedback. I just wanted to say I got 2 10s, which was setting up appointment and sending the tour sheets.
There you
Everything
go.
else.
But look, the point of scoring this is seeing how you can improve another person's experience, right? And a lot of this is being honest with yourself, right? So like when you start thinking about setting an appointment, there's a lot that goes into setting an appointment. How do you call the people? How do you follow up with them? What do they get in advance? What do they get the day before? They're all these different touch points, right? So if you go to like big places, this is how they document and think through your experience. All right, everybody. I love you all. I cannot wait to continue this journey. You'll get all this stuff. Everyone, when you hear about the playbook and everything, please don't be confused. It's the playbook is what you guys, a lot of you don't know, like originally GCI Accelerator started off with Mastermind 365, everything you need in your life and business in one place. Then we improved it to the GCI Accelerator, and now we finally locked into a playbook where it's essentially a playbook, right? It's everything you need, and it's all the plays that we already know work. So everything in your business could run in one place. So it's easy. And then I can make sure that if you like me and the way that I think, that all the other people and the way that this is all working is around one nucleus, which is myself and Compass. So I will see you all tomorrow. Write down all of your questions. Like spend the next 15 minutes if you have doing this, thinking through this. Where do I get stuck? Where do I need to improve? What do I have a hard time articulating? And look, if Wendy has a hard time articulating it, there's a good chance that James might have the same challenge, right? Because we literally all do the same business.